All right, guys, this is Steve Thompson. I'm gonna go live in about I'm live now, right? But I'm gonna talk about a little bit of topic about bullying. So if you're interested in listening, what I think about bullying and how we can really help our children not get bullied, I'm gonna start talking about that in about 30 seconds. So hopefully I get a couple of people coming on. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Let me know if you do come on, by the way, and of course, put your hearts across, give me some likes, give me some shares, whatever it is. That'd be all cool if you could do that as well. Okay, so let's get rid of that. So we got 3 ways to help your child become the type of child that does not get bullied. Okay, so that's what we're going to cover today. So if you haven't met before, my name's Stephen Thompson, personal development expert. I've been teaching martial arts here in Gloucester since 1998. My school is called Kicx, K-I-C-X. My passion is helping people become the best they can be. You know, it makes sense. Okay, so why are children bullied? Okay, of course, many different reasons, right? Could it be the type of person that they are? Thin, fat, tall, short, pretty, ugly, long hair, short hair, all these different things. People sometimes think, oh, that's the reason why maybe this child is being picked on. And we, of course, in the school, which I run the martial arts school, we get so many parents come in for many different reasons. But I would say one of the biggest reasons that people come in for is bullying. Their child is being bullied and they don't really know what to do and want a little help with that. Truth is, it's got nothing to do with that. It's got nothing to do with the person saying, oh, I'm too big or too small, or for whatever reason, it's not that. It's a lack of confidence, and that's what it boils down to. You can also call it self-esteem or self-belief, but you can really tell the children sometimes that come in that are being bullied and stuff like that, because they do have this lower self-esteem of themselves. You know, their head is down, they won't give me eye contact or nothing when I'm actually talking to the parents, stuff like that. Of course, over time, you know, they do get more confident in themselves, which is a key ingredient what I'm going to be talking about. But yeah, it's that self-belief in themselves that we really got to try to get a lot better for them. Okay, let's just move on up. I put these slides together, you know, you'd think I'd have them in the correct order, but unfortunately I do not. Okay, so confidence cannot be taught, which is that the good news or the bad news? I know it's just the news. That's what it is, right? Is sometimes people think, oh, I want to read a book and be able to get my child to be more confident. Well, it don't really work like that. You know, we can definitely get ideas on how to do things, like watching posts like this. We can definitely get ideas on how things can help. But it's definitely not something we give a child to read. Oh, read this, and all of a sudden you're going to be the most confident person in the world. No, of course that doesn't work. Confidence has to be experienced. So this is a major ingredient of becoming more confident, or a person having more self-esteem. They got to feel it within themselves. It's not just something the parent will say to them, oh, it's okay, you're a confident child. No, the child got to actually feel it. It has to be felt, like I said just then. I remember doing a firework many years ago. So the thought of doing the firework is, oh my gosh, how can I do this? Like walk on the coal. And it was a fear in me that made me think, oh no way can I do this. No way I can do it. No way I can do this. But knowing that other people did it, knowing that other people said to me, of course you can do it, Steve. You'll be able to do it. These other people have done it. So that gave me the confidence to do it. And I seen, of course, people doing it and stuff like that. Watch a few videos beforehand. I knew it was going to happen on the course that I actually went on, so maybe a bit nervous there. And of course, we eventually did it. So I was able to borrow experiences from other people, which helped me out to actually be able to do the firewalk. Another experience maybe is we do gradings in the school where children go for their martial art belts, and I get this quite a lot sometimes. A parent will sometimes think, oh, their child is not quite good enough to actually do the grading. So, and a parent will come to me and say, well, no, he's not quite good enough yet. I don't want him or her to actually do the grading yet. I don't think they're good enough, especially when I compare them to this young man or this young girl there. So first of all, the one major mistake there is comparing to other children or comparing to other people. We should never, ever do that. It's not something we just say, oh, my child isn't good enough because they're not as good as this person. Because comparing can be so hurtful. I'm a martial arts guy, and maybe I want to compare myself to Bruce Lee. Well, I don't know. Bruce Lee was pretty top, right? If you look at martial arts, they would say he was like the top martial artist. But I still think I'm a good martial artist. But maybe compared to Bruce Lee, oh no, Steve Thompson, he ain't no good. Don't go to his school, whatever it will be. So comparison is no good. But in his own right, Bruce Lee was, of course, absolutely brilliant. Did what he did, the moves and stuff like that. But in my own right, in my field, what I think I am with the personal development and actually the teaching martial arts, I think I'm pretty cool in that as well. So there's no comparison to that and to that. It's two totally separate, different entities sort of thing. And sometimes that's what parents do. Sometimes when the children are maybe in the school, they're looking at them thinking, oh, he's not as good as Johnny or Jane. Oh, that's such a shame, so they can't do their grading. No. As long as progression is made, that is what is definitely important. So what was said to me by the parents said, oh, I don't want to give her a false sense of security, a false sense of confidence. Which I totally understand. I understand that, maybe that could be a feeling, but it is totally wrong. Okay, we do want to do that. We do want it because that's what confidence is in the beginning. You don't get confidence like that. You get confidence which is built up over time. It's not just straight away all of a sudden, oh, I'm going to decide to be confident. We do a little bit and we fail. We do a little bit, we fail. We do a little bit more, we fail. We keep doing a little bit, fail, a little bit, fail. You keep doing that. So somebody got to give us that confidence a little bit in the beginning, saying, well done, a pat on the back. Oh, you did great. We found something they did do great, so we make sure to do that. So yes, we do. We want to give them that full sense of security in the beginning. This is how, like I say, the confidence is built. As long as progress is made, that's all that matters. So keep giving those confident remarks, saying, oh, well done, you did absolutely brilliant there. We look for the good, not the bad in a situation. Especially in the school, we call it we're good finders. We're not bad finders. Because badness is there, of course, we know it's there, right? But no, we always look at a situation where we're thinking, oh, you know what, that child did a great front kick. Maybe their arms ain't so good. Maybe their arms ain't up. But look at that front kick that they do there. So maybe compared to the child got a great front kick and they got a high guard. So what? This person has got a good front kick. They got it going on with that. So I'd be looking at that and saying, oh, that's absolutely perfect. And we might say something like, oh, you know what, front kick is unbelievable. That's so great. You know what, if your arms are up as well, your kick would get even better. You know that, right? So maybe you didn't realize. Keep your arms up and your kick, it'll give you a better balance when you do your kick. It'll be perfect. And also, if somebody try to hit you, you have your guard. But that front kick was great. So we tell them how well they did, and then we maybe do a little correction, and then we tell them how well they did as well. So praise, correct, praise is what we actually call it in the school. Another example, I like to do this sometimes with the students. It's like saying in a football match, you've got a person, maybe they're practicing, say they're practicing, their parents is watching, and the child's put the ball down, they're ready for their penalty. They whack the ball, boom! And the ball goes, nowhere near the goal, and it ways off. Parent goes, oh my God, that was so brilliant. You did absolutely brilliant. Just what a shame you didn't hit the target on the goal. So it's like they've took away all the praise that they did there. Correction is okay, but you've got to make sure to finish off on the good thing as well. Making sure, hello, Mr. Rudman, I see you're out there. You've got to make sure to finish off with the praise as well. So we've got the praise, correct, praise. So it could go something like this. Oh my God, what a great kick you did there. The kick was so powerful. And look, possibly even harder than I did. The kick was absolutely brilliant. Well done. So what we got to do is try to get our direction going on the kick a little bit better to make it even better. But that kick was so powerful. So it can be in anything, right? It's not just saying we just do it in that one. In that example, we can use that example in many different things. I think I've covered that with the confidence has to be felt, making sure that it's not just saying, oh, well done, Johnny, well done. They got to actually feel it inside. This is what we call it inside-out training in the actual school. We're trying to work on the person on the inside more than the outside in the beginning. So we definitely say, how did that feel, Johnny? When you did that kick, how did it feel? And emotion is so much more powerful than just saying, oh, this person did great, they're great. We want them inside to feel they did actually great. So praise, praise, praise is so important. The more we can do it, the better. It's like saying, do we give false praise? Not false praise, not saying, oh, let's say they did a kick and it was absolutely terrible. I wouldn't say, oh, you did a great kick there. No, I wouldn't say do a great kick there, but maybe their arms are. You can find something good in anything. Hey, they're standing in the dojo. It takes confidence to stand in a room full of people. So well done for training today. You know, your attitude is so great when you come in. This kick there was great, but I think we can make it better by blah, 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 and do whatever we were saying, and then go back to it. So we can always find something to say, something to build their confidence in, and it's a major, major ingredient if we want them to be great. Hello, Ethan. All right, so next one. So rule number 2, word lessons and world lessons. So what's the difference in there? I've highlighted the L a little bit there because it's world, right? The L is word, right? Well, we don't want that. We want world, L, lessons. What is world lessons? What's the difference actually between those? Experiencing it, right? Why have I got a guy with some cans there? I had an experience. My father years ago said to me, we had the fire in the back garden. Of course, we all know you shouldn't put aerosols on a fire because what could happen is going to blow up and do something, right? So don't do that, Stephen. Make sure not to do that because, of course, that could happen. And he's going about his business. We've got this small little fire in the back garden. Yeah, no worries, Dad. No worries, Dad, of course. Dad goes now, right? Aerosol's there. Dad's gone. Aerosol's there. I've got the aerosol in my hand all of a sudden. What am I doing? Fire's there. Aerosol's in my hand. What am I going to do? Okay. So I put the aerosol on the fire. Nothing happened. It was like, he said this would happen, so it might happen. Nothing happened. Until about a minute later, what happened? Boom! Of course, we had the big explosion. I got a little bit told off, right? But what happened? Of course, Dad was giving me a word lesson, whereas what did I end up getting? A life lesson, right? Because I actually experienced this. Now, I'm not saying all of a sudden we've got to allow our children to do this, right? But when we feel something, sometimes we're fearful of our child doing something. We want to keep them in their little bubble sort of thing. Where sometimes we've got to let them experience things which will raise their confidence. It'll give them fear first, but of course, eventually it will help them to come through it. They will have nervousness, apprehension. Of course, that's something that will definitely happen. That brings a story about Carly Simon and Bruce Springsteen. Now, people of my age might remember these, but anyone younger, they won't remember who these people are. Carly sang, "You're so vain." I know. "You're so vain," a song, and "Dance in the Dark." Bruce Springsteen writes these two people. What have these two people got in common? Well, of course, they're pop stars, right? But what else they got in common? Well, it was something that was asked them sometimes when they go on stage. What is the feeling like? Bruce Springsteen and both of them were interviewed, sort of thing. So Carly Simon was interviewed. What does it feel like? Well, you know what? I get so nervous. In the pit of my stomach, all these things are going on, turning around. It's like I basically physically feel sick. It's like I can't go on. It's like, oh my God, I can't go on. I'm so nervous going on. And it ended up that she didn't go on because she felt all these feelings inside, or that's what we thought. Bruce Springsteen, exactly the same question was asked. Well, before I go on stage, I got all these feelings in my belly, like a knot stomach. I feel physically sick. It's like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. That's when I know I'm ready to go on stage. So see, they both had the same feelings, but Bruce Springsteen was able to transfer it into, oh, that means I'm ready. Going into tournaments when I was competing, people say, oh, you did so many tournaments, Steve. You must never been nervous. What? Are you kidding me? I was nervous all the time before you actually get onto that first bout, and you're there, visiting the bathroom, coming back, bit of nervous, no apprehension in your stomach is all there. But that meant I was ready to go. Other people could look and say, oh, I was scared. I said, no, it just means your body is getting ready. Everything's pumping around your blood is pumping very fast, get going. So it's trying to get the children to understand that nervousness is a part of life. It's perfectly fine. Oh, I feel so nervous about talking to the teacher or put my hand up in class. Perfect! That's how you're supposed to feel, Johnny. No problem whatsoever. Like in our martial arts school, that's what we're talking about all the time. It's like saying the nervous stuff is part of the experience and it's nothing to be feared. Okay? Backwards there. Okay, jumping up to another one. Nervous, I think I covered that. Like I say, it's just going to the comfort zone. What about a self-defense seminar? Sometimes I've got a lady here obviously doing an elbow strike there. Perfect. Can it be built? Like, do self-defense seminars work? Well, in a word, no, because generally they tend to be on a day or an afternoon or whatever it is. And the ladies in this particular example, we learn some moves. Perfect, do this. what is not gained in the seminars, yes, technique, how to do something, but confidence is not built. And how is confidence built? Through repetition. Repetition of doing the same thing again. So this takes us on to like the third little step there. We got to make sure to, if we want to grow by doing anything, we just keep doing it, keep doing it. Sometimes the children think they do a move and, oh, I'm no good at it, so they stop doing it. Well, that's the learning experience. That's how the confidence is built. So if a child does something for so long and then they stop, then it makes it so much harder for that child to understand how to build confidence. Because remember, it's not wrote down. It's not something we can say you can do it. They must experience it. So the time sometimes when they want to stop doing something, or, oh, I'm no good at this. It's at that moment, which is so important that they continue. Because that's how the confidence is built. Whereas, oh, I'm so shy to continue. Okay, John, it's okay. We don't have to do it. We don't have to do, say they're part of a football team. Maybe, oh, no, we don't have to do it then. No, it's so easy said than done. I totally understand it. Sometimes when a child don't want to do something, it's very hard to get them to do it. But it's so important to really try our hardest to maybe change a different approach. Don't let them stop. Just check. Let's say in my school, for example, if a child wants to stop, we do private lessons. We do lessons where we get the child remotivated, stuff like that. We try our hardest not to get the parent to stop the child. Of course, I want them as a student, but if a parent has come for confidence building on their child, and at that point of where the confidence could be built is just when they feel like they're not a failure, but they feel like, well, I'm not doing very well at this. It's at that point where the confidence is being built. And then if the parent just allows the child just to, oh, you don't have to go no more. Oh, what a shame. Because that's where we would have done the most growth on that child. So we really try our hardest to actually work with a child in that sort of example. There's, of course, many different approaches to helping a child with the confidence thing. One thing is saying to them, oh, they don't want to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. That's one way. But maybe investigating the experience would be so much better. Investigating, well, okay, let's talk about it a little bit. What don't you like about the class? What don't you like about X, Y, Z? Whatever it is they're looking to stop sort of thing. Hello, Matt. Yeah, so it's all these things which are let's say a person coming in for confidence, it's these things which are important to making sure, no, not telling off, not so much. Sometimes kids need to be told off. I got 4 kids. I know what we're going to do sometimes, right? But investigating the experience is so much more important, and so much more, you're going to get so much more back from the child actually doing it that way. So, and if they are doing something wrong, well, praise what they've done right first, and then let's say messy bedroom, right? For example, if you're a parent, you know about the messy bedrooms, right? So let's talk about the messy bedroom. Maybe it could be that, okay, the bedroom's so tidy, you want to go in there and say, my God, tidy. Or it could be, my gosh, that you find something in the room which is tidy. Oh, look at that over there. That's real tidy there. That's pretty cool. The rest of the room we need to work on, right? But that over there, oh my gosh, that is so tight. Let's see what we can do that. So it builds the child's confidence in this, like a silly example of a room tidy. But can you see we're trying to say what you did good, what they did good. That's what's going to build their confidence levels up and their higher self-esteem. Praise, great praise. One of our students that we got in this is our smallest class, actually, our 3 and 4 year olds. But it's exactly the same principle. Now, what's so great about this little shot here is sometimes we talk about getting out the confidence, getting out of our box, taking a step outside. And we have little hoops of children standing. So he's got his left foot out of the hoop and his right foot in the hoop. So he's coming out of the box a little bit, which is absolutely perfect. So we could use that as a teaching example of saying that's what life is about sometimes. Sometimes we got to take little chances. And it's a little bit scary outside sometimes, but then we come back in where it's nice and safe. And then before we know it, our circle gets bigger, Well, that's a great shot there, by the way. He's doing a nice elbow strike on Ethan's hand. He's doing great there. Okay, so that basically wraps up this little presentation. I've got a little, if you would like, PDF book on this, like a little ebook, which I've put together, which goes over basically what I covered today, a little bit more in depth. It's not a 20,000 word document, right? It's only a few pages, but it's got some information there, which if you would like to, by all means, just put in the box a little bit, put a yes in the comments, and I will make sure to get it across to you. Obviously, I'm going to send this, I'm going to put this post on the Facebook, so if you might not be listening to this live, no problem whatsoever. If you do later today, I will check back the comments to make sure if anyone does want the book, I will send it across to you. So, thank you very much for spending a couple of minutes with me today. On Monday at 9 o'clock, I'm going to be doing how to help your children make friends easier. There's some easy, another thing, basically I'm going to do these posts just talking about what parents, when they come into my martial arts school, what are they actually asking? And this is one of the big things in the school. Sometimes, he's quite lonely or she's quite lonely, don't seem to be able to make good friends. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit on Monday at 9 o'clock. So until then, thank you so much. And this is Steve Thompson signing off.